Today's video is going to be a lot more different. I am more upfront in the camera because I want today's video to be a recollection of what is happening right now, what has happened in the last 5 years, and what is going to happen in the next 5 years of my life. I just want to document this video to myself as a midpoint to my early childhood and my future adult self. Right now, you are 19 years old. You are turning 20 at the end of this year. And the calendar of reality start to sink in. This is where all of the dreams of the calendar of the if I was or I wish I were starts to fade. But you still chase those dreams. But they just become less of a reality. But you still do wish to chase those dreams. And I'm excited to see how many of those dreams come true in the future. I wish at least one of them does, and maybe that'll be enough. But I want to say that I am proud of you. I am proud of you for what you've done for the last 5 years. Because 5 years ago, you were a shy little introvert who wouldn't dare to speak up, who was scared to say what she wanted and defend herself. You wish that one day you could say whatever you want and be your true self and make people laugh and be the center of attention. You wish that you could just speak what you wanted, but you couldn't because every time you raise your hand, you would end up holding your tongue back again. And you're not sure why. You're not sure if one day you'll be extroverted or who you are in front of everyone. You know, like you want to make people laugh and you want to try to be yourself in front of everyone, but they're just so judgmental and so many barriers in language, in embarrassment, in other people that you weren't sure you were ever gonna get there. You didn't know how to get there because you were holding your tongue and you couldn't be extroverted even if you wanted to, and you didn't know why. You tried so hard to like make people laugh and just be who you are in front of everyone, but it seemed impossible. But now at 18, 19 years old, you succeeded. I managed to volunteer yesterday and make people laugh by being who I am. I managed to be able to ask questions to the point where the teacher comes by every time to ask me if I had any questions, you know. I managed to be a team leader where people wished for me to lead others because they didn't know they needed my approval. I managed to pick myself up even though I had those difficulties and still managed to say fuck it. You know, fuck whatever that you're going through, pick yourself up. Yes, you've gone through those tragedies and they laughed at you or whatever you experienced in your childhood traumas, but at the end of the day, you have yourself. You managed to say that to yourself, and you managed to say that there is a future that is bright even though there are failures that came with that. Maybe that God didn't want you to have what you wanted, and life doesn't happen the way you want it to. Life doesn't happen the way you want it to because No one can predict what happens next. And if everything happens the way that you want it to, and there is no surprise, and that can be a pro and con. But that's not what I'm talking about here. I'm talking about I'm proud of you, of what you've done. You made yourself proud, and that day has come. It's today, March 9th, that you realize that what you wanted as a childhood you got today, and you were so fulfilled. It took time, and you didn't know how, and you didn't know why, but it just happened, and you managed to make it happen with the people around you, of course, and the support that you got along the way. But 5 years later, you are able to be who you are without judgment, and you love it so much. It brings you so much happiness to be an extrovert, and you want to keep on going and inspire people and attract people of the same personality traits. But with this comes bigger problems now. With this comes bigger reality of, if this would stay, you have to make a life on your own and make opportunities happen. It's not just wanting to be an extrovert to raise your hand in the classroom anymore. Now it's actually landing a job in front of thousands of competitors. The numbers and the effort and the connections and the referrals, all of these things beside school and grades start to emerge, and you don't know what's gonna happen. You're so engulfed by what if you don't get it, but you can't let those get into your head. But that is what you're worried now. You got bigger fish to fry. I wish everything happens. I do sincerely wish that 5 years from now that you would get to stay, you would get to make a life on your own, you would get to open an agency. 5 years from now, on at 26, you would still be in Canada. And you will live a brilliant life in the city that you dreamed of, or even explore Europe, you know. I wish that 5 years from now, I know that you can, but right now you do have doubts because you managed to take the first step and you fall. It's not just a girl that is introverted and scared, doesn't know how she's gonna go and be extroverted and be who she is anymore. It's the what ifs and the if I get to's, the hopefully. But I knew you would get there. This is why I want to document this moment at the age of 19, to prove to yourself at the age of 25, 24, 25, 26, I don't know. I hope at that age, though, that you would get to look back and say you did it again, just like you did on this day.